So away they go, and who's going to cut out the pace here? 8 laps of the track, and is Chariot going to go straight to the front? He's certainly making a positive start, and it looks as though he's going to do precisely that. Who's going to go with him? Lopez tucks in behind him, the Spaniard. The Muden cutting across, and from the outside you see Rutt for the United States, and already the Ugandan being run out of the pace, and Chariot has really blazed off. And let's take a look at the clock and see how fast he's going on this opening 400 metres, and it looks as though it is very sharp indeed. Anything round about the 51-second mark would be very, very quick, and he's coming up now towards the line, and we look at the clock and it is round about 51 seconds.
Well, he's running the sort of time you'd expect a pacemaker to be running on the commercial circuit. Not shabby, anything close to 50 seconds is very, very fast indeed. But consider the challenge really that he's delivering not only to his rivals here but also his teammates. A teammate is going to get the baton 5-10 meters ahead if it stays something like this. So all 4 of these Kenyan athletes could be running lone time trials, but look out for 1 or 2 other teams. Poland, keep an eye on them. They've got perhaps the 2 strongest athletes in the race on the last 2 legs. So certainly Kenya delivering the challenge, but his 3 teammates must follow up.
Spain coming through now to take second place, with Kevin Lopez just coming past Michael Rutt, and a little gap then to the Australians. And we come now to the first changeover, and look at the clock. He buttons in his hand now, and that is a sub 1:45 second, 800 metres from Chariot. And now on the second leg, this is Kirongo for Kenya, who's blazing away in front. Sami Kibet Kirongo, he's run a best time of 1:43.3. So there is some competition between these lads, as Martin telling you, just to see what sort of times they can post at this stage of the season. And look at the gap already. That's got to be all of 30 metres.
Well, I must say, this is an emphatic performance, isn't it, by the Kenyan men? You can see the rest following on. The Spanish can put together 4 very strong half-milers, so too the Poles. But as we often find ourselves saying, it's East Africa leading the rest of the world.
It's close for second place. Aaron Evans for Bermuda coming through, leading the pursuing group. The Spaniards there as well, and the United States. But they're running an altogether different race here. And those times coming up there showing you how far back the rest of the group are. They're not hanging about, those lads. They're running good 800 metres, but they are in a different stratosphere, a different universe, a different plane to the Kenyans, who are now leading by 40 metres, and he's going further and further clear.
Well, it's worth keeping your eye here on the world record. 7:02.43 set. Yes, you've guessed it, by a Kenyan quartet in Brussels back in 2006. But really, the rest are out with the washing here, aren't they?
Kirongo feeling it a bit here as he comes up now to make the handover to Kintor. Job Koech Kinyor, the Kenyan champion, going on the penultimate leg. United States leading the pursuing group. This is Brandon Johnson for the USA. Brandon Johnson, a former hurdler and a sub 1:44 second man. Bermuda in third place, and the gap might be closing slightly. Johnson's gone out hard in this first stage of this 800 metres, and he has clearly narrowed the gap. But now Kinyor looking up at the big screen and the replay of this race, he kicks again as he comes down the straight.
Well, it really has been a time trial, hasn't it? And certainly they're in line for a possible world record here. 1:45 from all 4 men brings you through in 7 minutes. So you've got almost 2.5 seconds on top of that. But so much pressure here on this penultimate Kenyan athlete, who's now kicking on again. And certainly that first 400 metres by the American is beginning to pay. And now Lewandowski, you can see, the former European champion, kicking on and moving into third place. And they have got a very fast man on anchor as well in Adam Kajot.
there is going to be a $50,000 bonus if the world record can be taken. There is one 800-meter runner still to go. The time they're looking for is 7 minutes 2.43 seconds, and the final changeover comes now, and Alfred Kipketer takes it away for Kenya, the world youth champion. 1:44.2 his best time. It's close for second, and Poland now come past the United States to take second place, ahead of Australia back in fourth. That's the race for second. The Kenyans are away now, running against the clock. He'll know exactly what it is that is required. And is he going to be able to go fast enough?
Well, he's going to need to run something like 1:45. If he was running in company in a race, in a world-class field, you would say he's capable of doing that, but he's got to be run as a time trial.
This lad is just 17 years old. He is an amazing emerging talent, and he's coming up now towards the bell. He'll take it this time, and we look at the clock. Is it on? He's going to have to run a 54-second last lap.
54 seconds.
He's going to have to fly.
That's going to be very, very tough out on your own, but bear in mind, these men have run it as a time trial. The real race on now behind them is for the silver medal. As far as Kenya concerned, it's Kenya against the clock, Kenya against the world record figures set by fellow Kenyans 8 years ago.
Dwayne Solomon for the United States in second place, ahead of Adam Kishot for Poland, and then behind him comes Jared West for Australia, and the Pole in third place looks strong to me. Kishot is the man with experience, he's the man with the time, and he's moving up now onto the shoulder of Dwayne Solomon. Meanwhile, the race is just against the clock, and they're closing. The Kenyan is struggling up front. This isn't all over yet. The world record's not going to go, and Kenya going to hold on. Poland finishing like a train. Kishot can still catch him. He's treading water, but he just holds on and takes victory. Second place, the silver goes to Poland, and bronze to the United States. Well, the Kenyan, as we were concentrating on the race for second place, he was tying up dramatically, the Kenyan youngster, Alfred Kipketer. The lactic was pouring in that last 50-60 metres. He was treading water as the line came, and with every stride the Polish athlete was closing, but he just couldn't quite get there. Kishot and the Polish team take second, the United States third, and the celebration, it was the one we expected, though the race was not concluded in quite the manner we anticipated, but the celebrations are Kenyan.
Well, if the world needs selling relays as a concept,